Good morning, this is Mr. Michael, and this is a video I'm making for the Automoblox Wheel for my IED periods class. You can see that the first thing we need to do is create a drawing. We're going to create a drawing of a part. So it's already highlighted. Hit create, and now we have a blank piece of paper. We're going to start with a 2D sketch and select the XY plane. So the first thing we need to do is to draw 4 circles. We'll come in and dimension them in a minute, but all I'm doing is coming in here, and this is what we're drawing in the first part. So to dimension it, you can see on page 13 that the only dimension we know is this one. That's a diameter, and it is 0.440. Now we know that the inner diameter has a distance across here of 0.05, as well as so does this. So we can come in and we can dimension this one. Notice it's also giving us a diameter. We could change it to just a distance between here, but let's leave it as the diameter. Makes it simple. We could do the math ourselves, but if we made a mistake, we wouldn't realize that. So let's let the computer do the math. So it's 0.440. Hit the minus key. We're going to subtract the 0.05. And again, there's 2 sides to it. There's 0.05 here. Don't forget, you got to have 0.05 here as well. So hit the minus sign again. Put another 0.05. And you can see the computer did the math correct. It's 0.44 minus 1 is 0.34. Perfect. Now you can see also that there's a distance of 0.35 from this ring to this ring. So again, we'll let the computer do the math. 0.440. This time hit the plus key, and we're going to add 0.35. We're going to hit add 0.35 again, and that gives us a ring out here. So will this ring, if we were to just dimension this distance, we couldn't do it, but again, since we're dealing with dimensions, so we have, and we can make it a little easier, 1.140. And again, it is a 0.05 thickness of material, so we're going to minus 0.05, minus 0.05, hit enter, and as you can see, again, it is 0.1 less. This completes our sketch 1, so let's go ahead and hit finish sketch. We're going to extrude it. I want, if we check the distance on page 13, it's 0.57. So it's 0.57. Let's go ahead. I like to extrude away from us. It allows us. Now the computer still doesn't know what we're extruding. So again, we're going to hit the shell, the thickness of the wall for the inner circle, as well as the outer circles. We can do them both at the same time. Hit OK. Now this completes, and not the wheel, but it completes our first step. So let's go ahead and hit enter. We go to the Automoblox folder that you already created in your H drive. We're going to call this wheel _ your initials. Hit save. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to continue working on this. We're going to put the face on the wheel now. So let's go ahead and start a 2D sketch. we can click on this surface, you can click on this surface, doesn't matter. Okay, now an easy way to draw our circle, because we want to connect between these two circles. Hit Project Geometry. Project Geometry. We're going to click on this circle. We're going to click on this circle. Notice that they're highlighted in yellow. Now, we're pretty much through with Sketch 2 now. Click Finish Sketch. We're going to extrude. I want to come in here and I want to change. You can see that on page 13 that the thickness is 0.05. I don't want it to extrude towards us. I don't want it to extrude away from us. I want it in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on, we're clicking between these two circles. And I want it to be centered, so I could have it come towards me, I can have it go away from me, I can have it in the center, I can have it share both directions. So we'll do that. Click on the one. You can see there's a little bit of the ring back that way, there's a little bit of the ring this way. So perfect. Now let's hit save again. It costs us a second to hit save, but it might save us several minutes of work if the display driver blips again. So now the next thing we're going to do is click on the scallops we want to add in here. So again, start at 2D sketch. Click on the surface that we want to put those sketches on. This time we want to draw arcs. We look at on page 14 now, and they're telling us to draw a 3-point arc. So we don't want to come out down here. That's getting pretty crowded. Let's stay up in here. Now notice there's a dotted line, so make sure that is level. See, right now there's a degree. We want it straight. And now there's a radius. We don't have to worry about that. But the second arc, same points to the left, same points to the right. So this time I want to click on the intersection between this ring. So now we have here and we have here. So let's hit a dimension. This is 0.25. Notice that kicked it off a little bit. No biggie. So before we start cutting this, I want to go ahead and I want to put a circular pattern because there needs to be several of these cut out. So we're going to hit a circular pattern. That comes in, the geometry is already labeled, so let's go ahead and select this arc and this arc, and instead of an axis we're going to deal with a center point. So we click the arrow right here, come down here for the center. Notice it's already put in several of them. If you look here, it's already given us 6. We don't want 6, we want 5. It automatically updates it. Hit OK. The direction of rotation doesn't really matter. We could change it to rotate the other way, doesn't matter. So where it is fine. Hit OK. Now we want to come in and we want to hit finish, and we want to extrude. Actually, we want to cut, but you hit the extrude button and we come in here and we cut. So we want to cut this surface, this surface, this surface, this surface, and this surface. If we notice, it's at 0.5, but remember how we were symmetrical. We went 0.05 in both directions. So we're not going to do that here because we're clicked on the surface. So we need to change this distance to a 0.1, which is twice. So hit enter, and it is now through. We look at this, it tells us to go ahead and save the file. Another thing you can do is you can come in here and we can change the generic material. And let's change this. We can get fancy. You can get gold. You could change it to nylon, a PAEK. This is a plastic wheel, a phenolic resin, polycarbonate clear, smoke, polyethylene, high or low density polypropylene. You know, it's a plastic. Make it look, you know, whatever you like. So hit save again. And that completes the wheel.